Koga News Time, 12:42. Well, today, there's a day going on in Sacramento, and Governor Brown's probably very busy as he has lots of bills on his desk. And today being National Voter Registration Day, one of them is that motor voter bill that would make it easier for people to register to vote when they apply for or renew their California driver's license. Just one of many, many bills on his desk in Sacramento. And joining us now live on the Koga News Line is San Diego State Senator Joel Anderson. Joel, thanks for joining us here on San Diego's News at Noon.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Cliff.
And I know before you get to all the bills that I know you've personally sent a message to Governor Brown about, what's your view on this motor voter bill?
Look, National Voter Registration Day is a great program. We're trying to educate people and encourage them to participate more on Election Day. But this is, AB 1461 takes the wrong approach. What it does is it takes people and automatically registers them to vote, and they may not know that, and they may not remember that. So when their ballot shows up through the mail, they're not looking for it. So if it's stolen, they have no idea. If they're a felon and they're not allowed to vote, and they happen to miss it and start registering them, they put these people at risk. They have not done anything wrong. They didn't intend to vote, yet we potentially are sending them a ballot simply because they got a driver's license.
Well, now you've sent Governor Brown 24 veto letters urging him with a special message. Why don't you tell the listeners what that message is?
Well, the governor cut in-home supportive services, IHSS, out of the budget. He cut out the developmentally disabled out of the budget, and he cut Medi-Cal for children out of the budget. So we have roughly $1.3 billion that's unfunded that these people are counting on those services. Yet at the same time, we had a $10 billion increase into the unexpected revenue to the state. So I simply went back over the last 2 weeks of the legislature and recognized that we were spending $3.2 billion from the general fund that was unnecessary. These were programs like going from spending $1 million to conserve monarch butterflies. They're not endangered, but we are going to spend $1 million to conserve them, to spending $500 million to expand state preschool programs. These are programs that aren't in existence now, but we're going to expand the program, yet we're going to allow this developmentally disabled, in-house IHSS workers and Medi-Cal recipients, the weakest members of our society, we're going to leave them on the sidelines. These are core services. They belong in the budget. They should be in the budget, and they shouldn't be used as political pawns to get higher taxes. And that's the thing. Even when the state receives a surplus of revenue, they still beg for taxes. They can't help themselves.
Yeah, but what about the monarch butterfly?
You know what? I love the butterfly, but I love children first. And these are tough choices. Maybe some people, it's a Sophie's choice, but for me, it's very clear. We had AB 219. It expanded the definition of public workers. So this would be $60 million of additional cost because they're going to go out and they're going to include hauling and delivering ready-mix concrete as public workers. We have $60 million that prohibits this bill, SB 376, prohibits the UCs, the University of California, from contracting with companies that don't offer equal or better benefits than what the UCs offer to their workers. So if you have a company, a national company, and maybe you don't have a robust retirement where you're paying for everything, and that it's a 401k and they have to match, you would no longer qualify to be on the list for the UCs to use your services. That's a $60 million increase. I'm not sure that that's in the best interest. And when you weigh that against taking care of the developmentally disabled or taking care of Medi-Cal children's health care, there's no competition. But SB 758. It creates an atmospheric rivers research and mitigation program. This duplicates two national programs. The National Weather Service has one, and the National Oceanic Atmospheric Administration's efforts. It duplicates the federal government's efforts. It makes no sense, especially when you say that our children aren't going to have health care.
Well, I assume that the governor probably hasn't sent you a thank you letter to the letters that you sent him, but I'm sure that you're going to find out, as we all will very soon, what he's going to do with all these bills. State Senator Joel Anderson, thanks so much for joining us here live on San Diego's News at Noon.
Thank you.